Welcome back. Well, that was indeed an entertaining goal rush, but not if you are a Manchester United fan. Owen, we heard boos from the fans at full time. Do you think that was Ole's last game in charge of Manchester United?
They were thoroughly outclassed by a Watford side that are down in the relegation area. I thought the Liverpool game and City game were very bad in terms of performance, but they played against the two best teams in the country. That today was almost worse because they were outplayed by a team that is with the situation that they're in. All they said before the game there'd be a reaction. There wasn't. They were actually worse. They were worse than those two games. So in that sense, that was about as bad as it's got, I think. And there'll be a lot more. I mean, there were a lot of questions leading up to it. You would have thought 2-week break would have maybe give a little break, and you come back and win the game against Watford. They've got Villarreal on Tuesday. They've got Chelsea on the weekend, so it's not getting any easier. And United have conceded more goals than Chelsea, City and Liverpool combined. They've lost as many games as those teams. 4 months ago, we said they were going to, with the squad that they had, they were in the title race, and they were, on paper. They're so far out of the title race, it's untrue. So in that sense, if you look at it just like that, you'd go, it's not working. And that today was a big shock, even considering what we've seen against City and Liverpool today. That was a big shock. 4-1 against Watford, completely unacceptable.
And you mentioned those two crucial games. Chelsea next weekend, Villarreal before that in the Champions League. Is he really going to be the man in charge come Tuesday?
I mean, the thing is, they don't really have who's going to be the person that could go do that. You almost look irresponsible if you don't have a ready-made replacement to actually go and look at it. But the problem is that was so poor that sometimes it could force the hand. So Tuesday is a really, really difficult game. Really difficult. Villarreal were fantastic at Old Trafford.
And there's history between these two sides as well. Exactly.
And obviously they've got the game against Chelsea. So, and the problem is they don't look like they believe. The energy wasn't there. The effort wasn't there. The only player who showed that really was Donny van de Beek when he came off the bench. Second half, he played great. He played absolutely fabulous. But, you know, you get the red card from Harry Maguire. David De Gea has been their best player this season. He conceded a couple soft goals. You know, there's not just one thing. I think the first thing they've got to sort out is the defence. United are going to score goals. But for the first time ever, I can think United, after, 11, 12 games, they've conceded more goals than they've scored. Scored 20, conceded 21. You know,
not good enough for
you. Look at Chelsea on the flip. They scored 30, conceded 4. That's where you should be if you want to be a championship caliber team. So defensively, it's not working. And they need to find a way to salvage. I don't know how they're going to do it, because when you look at it, today was actually worse than the City game, which you couldn't believe, and it was worse than the Liverpool game.
Karen, Donny van de Beek came on, changed the game a little bit. We thought they'd get back into it, and then came the sending off for the captain, which changed things once again.
I mean, it's just naive. You know, that was the first one. He's wrong side. He's got caught. He's pulling him down. He's just, I don't know what it is, mate. It just seems always a yard off. And then this one, it's his touch. There, what you're doing, and then it's reckless. It seems to me like he's never fully. Again, I'm just never sure with him at Man United. I don't know whether he's under so much pressure because of the football club and he's the captain and he has to take it. And it's quite difficult, and sometimes does that affect his performance? I don't know. Only he will know that. But he never looks as comfortable for Man United as he does for England. And it's hard. And when things are not going well for you as a leader, in which he is, he will take a lot of brunt, and he doesn't help himself by doing that.
But this is the time that you want your captain to step up. I'm not putting it all on Maguire, of course, it's about the team, but they need some sort of leadership on that pitch, surely.
Well, there's more than enough out there. With De Gea, his experience, you know, with Harry Maguire, with Ronaldo, with Bruno Fernandes, there's more than enough out there, but I think you only really know players, you know teams when it's difficult. And when it's really difficult, then you see, in United today, all they said they'd get a reaction. I thought we'd get one. They've been good under pressure.
Yes, we've seen reactions from them, haven't
we? But they weren't. And if anything, once Harry Maguire went off, they went the other way. The ship was going down and then it sank. So these goals are too soft. Matic loses the first header there. Darlow, too soft. Great finish from Dennis, but there's so many things wrong with today, and most of them start with effort and intensity, and then you concede sloppy goals. So I think for Ole, you know, I don't think anybody before the game could have anticipated there'd be more questions after this game, but there'll be a lot more.
Well, let's get some post-match reaction now and hear from the Manchester United goalkeeper, David De Gea.
David, what can you say after another heavy defeat?
Well, there's not much to say. I think it was embarrassing, to be honest, to see Manchester United play like we did today. I think it's not acceptable, to be honest. The way we are doing the things, the way we are playing. Of course, now it's easy to say the manager, the staff, but I think it's sometimes it's the players. We're professional players. We are playing for Manchester United, so we need to show much more than we are doing.